welcome, everybody. Look who decided to show up at the very last second. Whoa there, buddy. Welcome, everybody, to another Dad Hat Chronicle sports show. My name is Ed, also known as the Dad Hat. With me, I got my friends here. Someone decided to show up, like, literally as we were playing the intro music.
He wasn't there when the intro started, and boom, there he was.
I know, right? Like, it was just like, oh, there he is.
Call it my best mayor/influencer impression.
Okay, I see you. I see you. What's going on, Brett? Welcome, everybody. Like I said, to the Dad Hat Chronicle Sports Show. We're actually going to start you guys with a little bit of a little tour of Wichita ballpark, because what we're going to do is our good friend and co-host Eric, the influencer, will be giving us a tour of the museum there at Wichita. So very excited. He is walking over there. So while he is getting ready for us to see that, let's go around the room. Let's see what hats are we wearing and what are we drinking tonight, gentlemen? Patrick, you're last because you decided to show up at the end. You're last. Mr. Mayor, go for it.
Well, since your Guardians took the second game tonight against the Yankees, man, I thought for sure we might have a chance, but
almost. You guys, you had me nervous. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, so I pulled out, one of our favorite brands, Sandlot. Brought out the Cleveland Buckeyes. Nice wool hat, leather strap. Love that shiny green underbill.
Tell me that's not dope, right?
That satin, that is so nice. So nice. It's even got the satin seams on the inside too, the blue satin seams.
So these guys keep it there, right? Because if you look at the crown right there in the white, so what they do is they stitch the letters and the logo first, and then they put that backing afterwards. So that way, people like myself who is follically challenged, who has a forehead who goes all the way back, it doesn't itch or anything. So it's actually very comfortable. So shout out to Sandlot. I mean, for that. What's up, Phil?
These are some great hats. So I figured I'd be the honorable guy and rep Cleveland tonight, even though it's the Buckeyes, not the Guardians. And
but yeah, I like it.
As far as drinking, this is one I picked up in Charlotte at Birdsong Brewing. We were up for the hockey game recently and stopped by the brewery before the game. This is their Mexicali Stout. So this nice little Mexican chocolate stout. So I figured I'd go a little bit on the dark beer side tonight.
I love it. Love it. Love it. All right, Eric, what you got going on for us? What you wearing? And you know what? I also want you to tell us about the little story behind that T-shirt you're wearing. It's a beautiful T-shirt you got going on.
Yeah, so I was just going to show you. I might be in and out tonight because look at the weather. It's coming in, lightning off in the distance. So today I have the Hawaii Islanders hat that I've had for quite a while from 47. And then I have 47 T-shirt. And the reason I have that is Ed's like, hey, let me spend your money. So he sent me the link. I'm like, fine, I'll get it. So I got this shirt in today, and it matches with the Islanders hat. So
that T-shirt looks comfortable, though, man.
Yeah, 47 is pretty nice. I think 108 Stitches is probably one of my favorites, but 47 is also pretty comfortable. And I have a New Era hoodie, and that hoodie is pretty comfortable as well.
You got yourself a New Era hoodie, okay?
Yeah, it's I guess technically the old brand or the old logos for the Corpus Christi hooks is on sale for like $20. It's like a zip-up hoodie, and at the top, it's kind of got the rain mesh type. So it's pretty nice hoodie that I got for cheap, but it's New Era brand hoodie.
Nice. If you send me the link, I want to see if it's available. I don't know if it's have any more left, but
I'll check.
I'm all for
did he just collect some coins or something? What was that?
I know, right?
Yes, I'm playing Super Mario.
So he said, bought something. Ding!
Yeah, the influencer just got monetized.
I did actually just buy, so the second alternate, Patrick knows which one I'm talking about, for the Marvel, the Wichita Wind Surge. It's like blue with the yellow bill. They had it on sale for this week for 25% off. So I didn't have that one yet, so I went ahead and bought it tonight. So I got the second alternate logo for the colorway for the Marvel logo for the Wind Surge.
I like it. All right, Mr. Prospector, talk to us.
Well, better late than never, right? So happy to be on with you guys tonight. And tonight,
are you sure?
Oh yeah. Oh, better late than never. So tonight we're going. We're going to be talking about the Wichita Wind Surge. It's like blue with the yellow bill. They had it on sale for this week for 25% off. So I got the second alternate logo for the Marvel logo for the Wind Surge. So I got the second alternate logo for the Marvel logo for the Wind Surge. So tonight we're going a little basketball, and tonight we're in a Washington Wizards City Edition hat. I think this was probably 2 years ago. I mean, Donnie's a basketball savant, so maybe he would know, but I think it was about 2 years ago. And then, obviously the Washington Wizards are, in the words of Mr. Influencer, they're terrible.
Terrible.
Yeah, they're terrible. And, but still, I really like the hat, and it, went with the blue shirt, so I picked it up because I just got home a little while ago, and I'm drinking. I made a quick Crystal Light, so
Good for you. Good for
so,
you.
I knew everyone was going to be a little upset if I didn't have that with me tonight, and so that's what I've got. And now I'm going to do something I always mean to do but never do. Mr. Dad Hat, what are you wearing and what are you drinking, sir?
Oh, whoa. Well, because in honor of the win yesterday and tonight by my Cleveland Guardians, I decided to wear my CLE Sandlot hat. This is a duck canvas hat, CLE across the with a little leather strap in the back. And by the way, yes, Brett, my hairline my forehead goes from here all the way to the back of my neck. Thank you very much for noticing.
Yeah.
Greatly appreciate that.
I'm so glad he remembered my 78th birthday. That was so nice of him. Thank you, Brett.
Yeah, exactly. Happy 78th. He got his AARP card and everything, and his discount coffee at McDonald's as well. I'm wearing my Cleveland Indians,
and I also have my morning meetings with the rest of the guys.
There you go.
I'm all set.
And last but not least, I'm drinking my Supernova Passion Fruit Orange Guava Sour Ale tonight. It's one of my favorites, and it's absolutely refreshing.
Chris,
some ASMR for you guys.
Oh man, I'm telling you.
All right, Eric, are you ready?
I see real quick. Phil's headed back to Spartanburg this weekend. He says they have 101 item toppings bar for their burgers. So
sweet. Jesus.
I don't know how many. I don't know what 101 items you could have on a burger, but that's a lot.
Is there any way to be two places at once in the Carolinas? Can you be in South Carolina and North Carolina at the same time, or because that sounds unreal?
I'd love to get up there to Spartanburg again. I need to get up there and get the ice cream helmets. Hopefully, Phil, let us know if they have them when you go back, because they did not have them when we were there for the exhibition game.
Speaking of North Carolina, you're going to be here on Friday, right, Donnie?
Yes, we'll be up there Friday. We've got some friends coming up for the Cosmic Baseball on Friday night.
Okay, all right. Let me know. We'll try to meet up again.
Yeah, man. Yeah. He was too good to come on Saturday, so he said I have to see it before you, and because he thought he was too good to see the rest of us. Okay.
Hello, Lynn. All right, let's show the museum, but also I want to let you guys know that Mr. Patrick Larson is in trouble with the CEO of Dad Hat Industries.
What did
You are in trouble, my friend, and she is madly offended. I will let you know as soon as we see this little tour.
Oh man, you have to think about it,
man.
All right, so here is the Wichita Baseball Museum inside of Riverfront Stadium. So if you guys make it here, I know Virgil came and saw it, Patrick's seen it, but so we got the Welcome Wichita Baseball Museum. Nice. So that stadium sign was the LED sign outside of Lawrence Dumont Stadium that was around since 1935 until 2018. And then the NBC World Series, which I talk about a lot. These are some of the players that have played in the NBC.
Was that Cecil Fielder?
No, Tony Gwynn.
Tony Gwynn. I'm sorry. Oh my God, wearing my favorite Padres uniform.
I get Tony Gwynn and Cecil Fielder confused too.
Who is here, Patrick? Who's that?
Oh,
that is Wichita State alum Joe Carter.
That's right.
Man, look at that. Albert Pujols, look at that.
Donnie, he's good friends with this guy.
They grew up together. Oh, my God.
That's my bud.
Oh, Tom Seaver, look at that.
So Barry Bonds played for the Fairbanks Gold Panthers and then the Hutchinson Broncos. Hutchinson is about an hour from here. and the guy who started it all, Satchel
Oh,
Paige.
my favorite Negro Leagues baseball player of all time.
So that's just a few of the guys. And then they have basically where you can sit in the dugout and make it feel like you're sitting at the
That's
dugout
pretty
here.
cool. That's pretty cool.
So hold on just a second. The kids are getting ready to leave. Give me just a quick second here.
Oh, kids are leaving. Bye, kids. Bye. Have a good night. Good sleep.
Since it's getting ready to storm, they're heading out a little early, but I'm going to stay here with Zach to watch the rest of it. But yeah, anyway, so it's like got a replica bench like you're in the dugout with the little, padding
cool.
cover. So you can sit here in the dugout. And these cardboard cutouts are from some of the players that played here from like the first year. Let's see. Then
Eric,
some
what's
of
the name of the stadium again?
We don't talk about the new name. It's Riverfront Stadium.
Fred Clark. Okay. This is a nice little museum, man.
Yeah, so they got a little tiny ball diamond here,
I like that.
and then they have like an interactive screen here with different pictures and
Oh.
different
Ooh.
stuff there. Here's the founder of the NBC World Series, Mr. Hap Dumont.
Clap your hands. There he is.
The
There
guy that
he
started
is.
it all. Larry Davis. What's really cool is this old turnstile that you can go through that they brought over from Lawrence Dumont Stadium.
That's awesome.
And then they still have the little
Beautiful.
counter so you
Oh, I
can
love
see
that.
how many. And then just some fun strategies and tactics of the game. So just some little fun facts. Here's the original stadium, Wichita Island Park.
Home of the Aviators.
Yep.
So you guys were the original Aviators?
Yeah,
Suck it, Vegas.
that's right. 1933.
They were named. They were named after Donnie after he got his partnership with Fly Wichita.
Dang.
And then we were the Wichita Jobbers for a
Ooh.
while. If you see the logo outside, it has little lines at the bottom and it has all the teams. The Rocket played here in '82 for Hutchinson. And then here's just some local facts and stuff about facts, stats, and history about local stuff.
That's cool.
Tres Leches, which is Tri-Cities food identity.
Oh, tres leches. Mm.
What else is? Oh, one of the largest scoreboards we have. Lightning and the Thunder. So these were four of the guys. That one right there in the blue is Stone Garrett, who plays for the Nationals, or I don't know if he's still with them, but he was supposed to be with Wichita before they switched over to AA, but those are the uniforms that they revealed opening day. And then there's our mascot.
Do they still have that blue jersey?
Yeah, but they don't usually play in it. So here's a lot of old school stuff from the NBC World Series, the Hutchinson Broncos, the Alaska Gold Panners, and then this is Satchel's team, the Bismarck Churchills, and that's the similar
Nice.
looking hat that I got. They still have a working, kind of working
Clock. That's pretty
countdown
cool.
clock. Boeing used to have a team way back in the day.
Wow.
And then the Clarinda Iowa A's, who Ozzie Smith played for, and then the 10-time champions, the Santa Barbara Foresters out of Santa Barbara, California. They are still playing to this day. They lost. They did not win it last year, and I think the year before they lost the championship, but they've won the most titles ever, 10 times. in NBC, which I am doing the round the clock this year.
Oh, you're gonna be part of that?
Yeah, I'm gonna do it. So it's they brought this one over because this used to be at Lawrence Dumont Stadium. So it's Robert Lawrence and Hap Dumont started Lawrence Dumont, or they named it after them. But this plaque was at the old stadium. There's a picture of Satchel. And then the last couple of things is they have like a little interactive board where you can like touch a button here and then they'll like light up and you just have to go through and like hit whichever baseball's lit up. And then a kind of a cool thing is you can jump up and rob a home run. So you can see here like 8 feet high if you jump up and then they got 9 feet up there, but they have it where you're basically like if you're a outfielder trying to rob a home run, you can see how high you can jump up and
that's cool.
So,
ladies and gentlemen, you didn't see it, but he just jumped 10 feet.
That's right.
Holly
Rube Foster.
Oh my God, ahead of his time. So ahead of his time.
Bob Thurman. So that's, I mean, there's obviously a little bit more, but that's kind of the main pieces to it. So I just want to show that to you guys.
That's awesome.
Because it's getting super, super, I don't know if you can tell, but it's getting really, really,
it
really
got dark real quick over there, bro.
Yeah. They're still playing. It's lightning back over there, but they're still playing.
And at first I thought that was a pretty sunset, but I don't think that's what that is.
No, not really. So
yeah, I don't think that's you know, a pretty sunset.
No.
No, not at all. He just muted himself, but it's cool.
No.
You just
I was trying to be positive about it, but
I was gonna try to catch that home run ball, but I got caught at the fence.
Jerks. All right, boys. Well, let's get started. Let's get going. I wanted to get started tonight. Couple of things going on. The NBA playoffs are going on, which, by the way, that hat is beautiful. I missed the Washington Bullets logo.
Oh,
so
man.
Bad.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
I
get it. The whole Bullets thing, whatever. That logo and name was so iconic. So.
Yeah, and I do have a hat with that Bullets logo on it somewhere.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Eric Lichtenberg says, "Go Wolves." The Timberwolves have been killing it. Also,
Eric, my first NBA game was the Timberwolves at Target Center.
Was it?
Yeah.
Wow.
I watched them play the Utah Jazz when Karl Malone was still playing and Stockton and
okay.
I don't think Hornacek was still there, but I saw Stockton and Malone live playing against when KG was still in Minnesota. So yeah, so I want to say Stephon Marbury was there at that point as well.
Woo. Yeah, the Wolves are going to be playing tonight at 10 p.m. Eastern time against the Lakers. Right now, the Indiana Pacers are beating the Milwaukee Bucks 108-95. And then you got the Thunder beating the Grizzlies again 90-79. This was a lot closer than the last one because the last one
I was going to say
was an ass whooping. That's not, it's part of my language. But that was a complete they took them out and just beat their asses.
I mean, I'm just so shocked that the Thunder are beating the Grizzlies. I just don't know what to do.
The Grizzlies are not a good team. I think they just fell off when they fired their head coach and all that. Like it was just like it just went downhill real quick.
I'm glad they're getting the brakes beat off of them because after the way they treated their coach,
that was dirty, dude. I'm sorry.
Mm-hmm.
That was dirty. The way they did that, it was
the
dirty.
Nuggets can go the same way that the Grizzlies are too.
Same thing, right? They did the same thing with the Memphis Grizzlies. So I don't feel, I don't feel bad at all. The Nuggets, like that dude just literally coached up to a championship, won a championship for the Denver Nuggets, and then you fire him? That's dirty. That's dirty.
I agree.
And then you fire him before the playoff starts.
Yeah.
Like that's messed up.
I agree with you, man.
Wait until the end of the season. At this point, just wait. I don't understand this need to fire dude. Like, oh, it's because of the messaging. It's because of the no, dude. Sorry.
No.
Also, Nico and Dallas needs to be fired.
Well, I didn't realize that Luka was liked by the fans. I mean, that was a surprise to everyone, right?
Neither did I. I also didn't know that, that the dude Nico. Did you see that article where Nico fired? Was it the physician? I can't
No, I
remember.
didn't see that.
So anyway, he fired him because he wasn't loyal enough. But you know how he fired him? He was at a funeral, and it was like, oh, just you can, like, I'm at a funeral right now. I think it was like his grandmother or something like that. And then I was like, oh, you can get on a Zoom call real quick, and fired him over Zoom.
Yeah. Nico Harrison used to work for Nike, right?
Yep.
And he was the one behind that failed pitch to Steph Curry when Nike when Nike was trying to sign Steph Curry,
and he had Steph's name wrong.
Yep,
or called him wrong.
Yeah, and so then he absolutely blew the pitch, and that's when Steph signed with Under Armour.
Unreal.
Yeah, he called him Steven.
Yes, he called him Steven.
Why would you hire someone who clearly does not know what is going on?
Well, that was Mark Cuban is certainly not going to take responsibility for it. That's for sure.
Well,
no, I think he's regretting. I think he has some regret.
He's a minority owner at that point. There's nothing to do with that.
No, yeah. I mean, he's a minority owner, so.
I mean, I don't think he regrets the money, but I think he regrets the fact that he's not in charge right now, and that the people in charge are sorry. They suck.
They destroyed that organization in a matter of like less than a year.
Yeah.
So I don't feel bad for the ownership, except for Mark Cuban. I think Mark Cuban is like an upstanding, legit dude. But like, I feel bad for him because he doesn't make any decisions anymore. It's
right.
not up to him.
Well, and Cuban, when he owned the team, made plenty of mistakes of his own. I think he'd be willing to admit that. But
he has.
I mean, it's a complete dissonance between the like the team, the owners now, or certainly the GM doesn't seem to have he has no pulse on what the fans want or need. I mean, Luka was the one thing that they were cheering all season.
That's all they had.
Yeah, I was going to say Luka's literally all that they had, because Kyrie's in and out of the lineup, and with Kyrie, you never know what you're going to get. Even though he's behaved himself this season, you still don't really know what you're going to get with Kyrie.
I agree.
Klay Thompson has not played up to the standard that Klay himself would expect, and he's not played into that contract yet. Now he's had a couple of good games in the playoffs, but and leading up to the playoffs, but he's not been overall what they hoped he would be. Like certainly the Klay of old. I mean, he's not been that person, and I think Klay would be the first one to admit that.
Yep, I agree.
So it's a mixed bag in Columbus, and Anthony Davis getting hurt on his debut. I mean, I know he's back, but still, it's like you trade Luka, and then you trade for Anthony, and it's like, well, he gets hurt in the first game, which is what Anthony Davis unfortunately has happened to him quite a bit.
Oof. It's interesting. There's some interesting matchups though in the NBA playoffs, right? Because you got the Rockets and Golden State. That's a pretty good one. Lakers and Timberwolves, right? Minnesota at least 1-0. Then you got Denver Nuggets and the Clippers. They are 1-1 right now. Then you got Oklahoma City and Memphis, and Oklahoma City's about to go up 2-0. Pacers are about to go up 2-0. And then you got the New York Knickerbockers against the Detroit Pistons. That's an interesting one. So, what else? Cleveland Cavaliers and the Miami.
Just absolutely shocked that they're beating the Heat.
Yeah, 121 to 100. That's all. No big deal.
I hear you got a couple good players at least.
One or two. All right. What else we got going on with the NBA? Any thoughts, Eric? I know you watch a lot of NBA, so talk to me.
Yeah, Michael Jordan's the GOAT.
Facts.
No, it's Bob Cousy, man.
No one ever.
We know that you used to play shuffleboard with George Mikan, Donnie. Come on.
That's right.
All right, let me restart, guys. I'll be right back. My system is all screwed up, so keep going. I'll be right back.
Oh, apparently, okay. So I'm the Kyrie of the DHC show. You never know what you're gonna get. Well, life is a box of
That's
chocolates,
fast.
Brett. Life's a box of chocolates. You really don't know what you're gonna get. Eric says that he heard today the Mavs were eliminated from the playoffs exactly 77 days from the Luka trade. Wow.
That's karma right there.
Yeah, I heard that yesterday.
Yeah. Oh man. Well, anyways, let's see. Eric, update on the weather. How are you doing out there, my friend?
Where's the tornado? There's one down south of here.
I see the sky flashing behind you.
Yeah. Please be safe. Please be safe. So, NBA playoffs. Donnie, who do you see winning? Like any feeling?
Ultimately, I'd have to say it's the Celtics, and it's going to come down to the Celtics and Cavaliers. If it doesn't, then something weird's happened.
Man, Mrs. Influencer, I'm with you. My car is old and it's not worth a whole lot anymore, but I don't want any hail damage to my car either. I would be the same way.
Yeah, she can put it in the garage. Mine's paid off, so I mean, if it gets whatever, it's fine.
Yeah, mine has paint peeling off of it, so it probably won't even matter that much anyway. But still, So you said, Mr. Mayor, you said that it was either the Celtics or the Cavs. Is that what you said?
I see it coming down to one of those two winning. I mean, I'm not sure who in the West is going to
you were
go against one of them, but
well, that's interesting because right before Ed got on, you were talking about how much the Cavaliers suck.
No, he didn't.
Yeah, I mean,
No, he didn't. I can tell you already. He didn't.
Yeah.
He doesn't want to anger Cleveland.
No,
New York.
But seriously, I don't know. I don't even know if OKC can come out of the West and beat either of those two teams.
Yeah.
So it really comes down to one of those two teams for me, and it's just going to be how the East final shapes up. Because if the two of them are not in the East final, something crazy is happening.
I think the balance of power, for years, the balance of power was in the Western Conference for years. Yeah. And then I think that's now completely shifted to the East.
Exactly.
Like some of the young players, like Cleveland's a great example. Boston, I mean, those two teams alone. I mean, I think in the West, it's, with all due respect to my team and every other West team, it's the Thunder and everybody else.
Yeah.
I mean, because while there are still stars in the Western Conference, I think that they're aging and it's a fast game now. And like now everyone can shoot the three, and it's about who can play the fastest. I mean, it's not about defense in a lot of cases.
Right, because that's what the Golden State relied on.
Right, but the Cavs at least know how to play defense, and they can see they're good on both sides of the floor.
Yeah.
So many teams are good on one side, like the Warriors. They're good on one side of the floor, and that's it. So that's something that I think the Celtics and the Cavs, I think that's what sets them apart, is they could be two-way teams.
Well, see, and I don't follow the NBA a lot. I mean, I kind of keep up it peripherally, but the fact that, like, if you'd have asked me before the playoffs started who was going to be number 2 in the West, I would have never said the Rockets. I didn't even think the Rockets were that good this year, but apparently they're good enough to be the number 2 seed.
Yeah.
Lakers being the number 3 seed with all the problems everybody's complained about with them. I mean, it's like just a hodgepodge of, oh, they made it, oh, they made it, oh, they made it in the West. So,
yeah.
And again, like the Warriors, I mean, they're the 7 seed, but they're better than a 7 seed because they've underperformed as a whole throughout the regular season, but they've had a lot of issues throughout the season that have precipitated that.
The issue with the Warriors, and correct me if I'm wrong, Patrick, because you know your team better than I do, but like it's whether or not which Jimmy Butler we're gonna get
Yeah,
per game.
yeah, but I agree with Eric that I think the Jimmy Butler trade has helped them a lot because
I
they didn't
agree.
have that third big player like they
Mhm.
had when Klay Thompson left,
Yep.
and with Draymond, it's that same type of thing. What Draymond are you going to get? Are
Yeah.
you going to get the one getting a technical foul or a guy that is actually
Idiot
going to be a leader
Draymond
on the floor?
or less idiot Draymond?
Yeah, but I mean, are you going to get a leader on
That
the
dude's
floor or a guy that's
schizophrenic, man.
effective? You what?
He's schizophrenic.
He is,
Yeah, but I
man.
mean, it's whether are you going to get a leader on the floor that's going to inspire the team to win, or is it going to be a guy that loses his head and argues with the ref and gets a technical and gets himself kicked out?
I'm just wondering how long
So,
Steph Curry's gonna put up with that, though. You know what I mean? Because like you can
oh,
tell already, he's just like rolling his eyes every time he's
yeah,
complaining, and every time he's
yeah.
doing something, and he's like, "Oh my
Well,
god, here we go again."
well, and with Jimmy Butler, it's just you hope you keep him happy because when
He
he's
needs to keep himself happy. He needs
well
to
when
stop
he's
worrying about other people.
well when Jimmy Butler's happy, he's a phenomenal basketball player.
Oh, I
But when he's
agree.
not, then it's a problem. So I agree with
Well,
Eric that Jimmy Butler trade has helped them this season because they needed another scorer to take some of the because like or hate Draymond is not a reliable scorer. He's
Yeah.
gonna be good on defense and he's gonna get you he'll get you a few points, but he's not gonna be like he's not like a 25 to 30 a night. Um,
Yeah.
the Warriors don't have the depth. They've got some good role players now, but they don't have the depth that some of these other teams have. But they're
Hmm.
in a Western Conference, they could have easily been the 4 seed, but
And
they struggle. But when it was so close that when you lose like 3 straight games, that dropped you from the 4 seed to the 7 seed. So
that's
because you got
true.
into the play-in game and then you played for the 7th seed and you won. So I mean, it was that close in the Western Conference. It was like I said, the Thunder and the Rockets, and then everybody else.
And
yeah, and
I
they got
think
Draymond for 2 more years. If his contract was up, I think they would be done with him.
I would have been okay with if they had not re-signed him before the last contract, if I'm honest.
Right, right.
Yeah, and I think that's why like you guys were saying that the Boston Celtics and the Cleveland Cavaliers are such a strong team is because not only do they have a good starting lineup, but their role players as well are strong players that can
Mhm.
could be starters in other teams right now. So
Yeah.
I mean I agree with you. Like I think the East is the strongest out of both. And then you have more teams that are the problem. My concern is Oklahoma City is going to have an easier road
Oh yeah.
to the championship than Cleveland or Boston because those two are going to go at it. They're going to beat each other up. And then by the time they get to the championship, which teams are we going to get? You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean,
That's my only concern.
man, a Cavs Boston series, that's going to be
Woo, boy.
that might be my finals. But I just think, and I think the other thing that sets those teams apart is, and I throw the Rockets in there too, is the coaching. Like, I mean,
Hmm.
you've got phenomenal coaching in Cleveland, Boston, and the reason why the Rockets are where they are is because of their
Coaching.
coach.
Yep.
Because mistakes or not, he knows how to put together a basketball team. Because
I agree.
as all of you know, where was he? Where was he before Houston? He was in Boston. So when Boston won their championship, before Joe Mazzulla, who was their coach? So
Yeah.
he knows how to put together a basketball team and he knows how to develop players. So
I mean, this lineup on Wednesday for the NBA playoffs, you got Heat, Cavs, Magic, Celtics, Warriors, Rockets. Ooh, baby.
that's going to be fun.
So
Yeah.
I'm definitely going to be keeping an eye on the NBA
Yeah.
playoffs.
I couldn't remember his
Obviously,
name. Ime Udoka is what I was
yeah.
trying to think of.
Um,
Ime Udoka.
Obviously, the NBA playoffs are still gonna continue. We are still in the first round, right? I mean, so we
Yep.
still got some time. Now, same thing goes with the NHL. Like, I mean, obviously, a lot of us have the team that we're all rooting for right here, right? I mean, Donnie, I know your Florida Panthers are in the playoffs right now. They are currently up 2-1 against the Lightning at the end of first, so they were tied early on. But um, right now, go in the third period, you got the Maple Leafs and the Senators. I, At some point, the Maple Leafs just gotta get it together, man. They're like they always get there, and then boom, they never can finish the championship. They get there, like they get close, but never get anything. After
Well, they
that.
won the first game,
They did. I'm with you, right? So
which is better than they normally do. They normally get swept.
so here's the thing, though. Their old head coach, you know what team they're coaching right now? He's coaching the New Jersey Devils.
Ah, okay.
And that team is currently down 0-2 to the Carolina Hurricanes.
Ooh.
So the Carolina Hurricanes, that's the team that I'm rooting for, are won today 3-1. And so Ottawa Senators, again, they are losing to the Maple Leafs, are about to go down. You know, if they don't have a comeback here in the third period, they're about to be down 0-2.
Yeah. And I'm sorry, Ed, because you're not going to like me for this, but I'm rooting for the Capitals, man.
No, I know you are. Hey, baby, it's cool.
Yeah, you know.
Eric is not rooting for anybody. You know, he doesn't like hockey.
Well,
So let me take a look here because Canadians and Capitals, that's a good matchup.
it
The
is.
Dallas Stars and Avalanche, another one. Oh my God, the Edmonton Oilers and the LA Kings. Whoo, baby.
Ooh, man. Yeah. I know you mentioned this, but the Wild losing to the Fighting Valves.
Yeah, I know. I know Val is happy. I like the Wild. It's one of the teams that I rooted for when I was in Cleveland. I'll say this before everybody can kill me. I never really liked the Columbus Blue Jackets logo, the CB or anything like that. I was never a fan of that.
I'm going to need you to calm down.
I know.
I'm going to need for you to calm down.
I'm a fan of the Canon one logo. Their
That's
Stadium
sweet.
Series one, massive fan. Other than that, not a fan. I said it.
Wow.
I said it. So, hi, Eric. He's just hanging out with us tonight. You know, what
Yes.
hockey team hurt you, Eric?
Man.
Well, he's technically we gave him a team.
He's blue over his Blues.
Yeah, he
Listen,
blew over his
I
Blues.
needed St. Louis to do one thing. I just needed them to do one thing, and that's put the Jets out of the playoffs, and they aren't doing it.
They are not. The St. Louis
So,
Blues are not.
Patrick Newt, if you're listening to this, or if you're watching this, or watching this on a recording, please you and Eric tell your St. Louis Blues to get it together, please.
Well, they're going back to St. Louis now because they're down 2-0. So we'll see. I mean, they might squeak out a win in St. Louis.
Man,
But
I just need St. Louis to do one thing for me. That's it.
It ain't happening.
No, it ain't.
And then you got the Golden Knights and the Wild. So I'm very interested in that one.
The Fighting Valves.
Yep. JETS, Jets.
Who said
Eric
who said
Lichtenberg, Wild have tough matchup against the Knights. They also have a 10:15 Central Time puck drop tonight. Whoo, baby. Yeah, that's a late window right there. Oh man, that's
after 11 for us.
I'm not watching that. I'm done.
No, I'm glad I'm not a fan of either of those teams because I could not stay up and watch that.
I couldn't. So today I had to split between going back to the Guardians and the Yankees, and then Carolina and the Devils. So I mean, this is one of the best time of the years when you have a lot of sports going on, right? You have a lot of things to talk about, right? Because you got hockey, you got NBA, you got Major League Baseball. We haven't even touched Major League Baseball, and then we'll get into it, right? Because really, we haven't really found anything as far as minor league baseball, that any logos or anything like that has come out. And man, whew. But let me tell you,
you got day games and you got night games. You've got UFL football. I don't know. I watched a little bit of that the other day.
So did I.
I'm trying to get more into that.
I'm kind of glad there's some spring football, right? Because that's where you get a lot of these new rules that are being implemented in the NFL. They try them out in the UFL.
Yep.
Which, if I was the NFL, I was like, this is a great partnership. Like, this is our minor league system right here. We don't need anything else. And the way that NCAA is going, might as well just, partner up with the UFL.
Exactly.
Man.
I just want my Seattle Dragons to come back minus that clip art logo.
Right.
I haven't forgotten Seattle. I haven't forgotten. So, I did see that the Renegades wore their helmet with the actual logo and not the R.
Okay.
Yeah, because my God, it's such that R just really bothers me. I don't know why. It does.
Well, I watched a little bit of the Brahmas and oh shoot, who were they playing? I forget who they were playing this weekend. Washington,
Hmm. The
the
defenders.
Washington team, defenders. Um, I, I still don't know about that Brahmas. I mean, I get it, but it's just to me, it's a weird name. I don't know that I like the helmet. It's like a reverse horn on there or something.
I love it, man.
It it kind of is cool, but at the same time, it's kind of like, I don't know. It hadn't grown on me yet, I guess. It's
I
not
dig it.
awful. It's better than a lot of the others.
Yo, yeah.
I don't like the DC stuff. I mean, it's just kind of blah.
I like Ta'amu though, the quarterback for
Yeah,
DC. He's
yeah,
good.
he's pretty good. Yeah,
He's been playing a couple of years there now, in the XFL, then now the UFL. So I like that. Arlington Renegades, they have that R thing looking
Mm.
weird. The one I do not like is the Michigan Panthers. I do not like that logo at all.
I've never liked their color scheme either. But even when
Right?
they were original USFL, it was horrible.
For real. I like the Brahmas, the Birmingham Stallions, the Houston Roughnecks. The Roughnecks have a cool, interesting logo, right? Because it
Yeah,
has the state of Texas
Yeah.
flag on it with just the logo and then a number on the other side. So that's not bad at all.
yeah.
And obviously the original, right? Like the Battle Hogs. That's like, Ante Brahma's name after the Dwayne the Rock Johnson. Technically,
Yeah.
yeah.
The Brahma Bull.
The bull.
Since our resident wrestling expert Virgil isn't on tonight, I'll try to deputize.
There you go. There you go. Right. So now you know. I'm a fan.
Yeah, see, I've been a fan of the Stallions ever since their original days. I mean, because like I said, my stepfather, he grew up in Birmingham, so I've kind of got always had a connection to Birmingham,
Right.
and so I've just always every iteration of the Stallions I've pulled for them.
Okay. All right. I see you. I'm
Eric's
gonna switch
smiling
with the
about something,
Brahmas.
and I'm a little concerned.
Donnie has a connection to a person or a town. That's shocking.
I know, right? He knows a guy.
He knows somebody. It's
Yeah.
not. He's not
Happens
lying.
every single flipping day.
The Brahmas named after. Yes. They got some cool new era stuff on their site.
Yeah.
So you guys should definitely check that out. They got some 970,
Yeah.
3930s. They got some 950 snapbacks. And then obviously the shirts and stuff and all that stuff after that. Donnie's a gangster.
Donnie is a gangster. Donnie, who was your favorite AFL team?
AFL,
Yeah.
I never really had one because they didn't have anything around here, and they changed so often.
That's the problem.
I
with
never
with
really
indoor
had
football.
I never really had one specific team.
Oh, did you think I was saying Arena Football League? I was talking about the American
Yeah.
Football League.
Oh,
Get
that
outta
one.
here.
Oh, that one I like the Charlotte
That's
team.
messed up. That's funny, but that's messed up. That's
No,
messed
no,
up.
seriously. Who do you like in the Arena Football League?
Again, I don't. I don't have a team because they've changed so much, and
Yeah.
like one of the more standard iterations that they had of the AFL, I kind of like the Barnstormers because I thought those
Mhm.
helmets were cool. But I mean, we're going
Yeah.
back to Kurt Warner days. And I tried to like the Predators in Orlando, but it was
Yeah.
just kind of
Mhm.
I don't know. There was never really a team near me. When
Well, I
Georgia
was
had
like
a
all the
team, I kind
yeah,
of thought I
like
would pull for them.
yeah. I was like all
They
the
didn't
Arena
last.
Football Columbus teams, like which was like basically I'm bouncing from every Arena Football League that there is. I was like
Mhm.
whatever
Yeah.
version of a Columbus team there was, wherever they were playing. It's like, well, that's who I'm following now. But then I couldn't keep up with the teams because they were playing new people every year. So
Right.
The IFL, the Indoor Football League, I think that has been the most like stable of all the arena leagues, right? You got some original AFL teams. You got the Arizona Rattlers on there. You got the Barnstormers, who were you were just talking about. The Jacksonville Sharks, right? You guys remember I had that the guy from the Jacksonville Sharks on the podcast a while back.
I do
Yeah.
So
remember
they got
that.
some of the original ones right there that like there has been one of the more stable organizations so far.
Although they've had a few teams now that have some controversy going on
True,
with
that is true.
with stuff, so it's kind of weird.
But that's arena. That's arena football for you.
Mhm.
So I don't. I think we talked about this the last time we were talking about this. We are going down that rabbit hole again. But the fan control league.
We don't
Right.
go down rabbit holes on this show. We're a
No, not
professional.
at all. Right? Kansas City Goats or Topeka Tropics. Yeah. As an indoor
Yeah.
football executive, nothing is stable in that industry. I agree, Brett. It's just
Brett, do you have hats to send us all?
I will take a hat. Let's go, Brett.
I'll do a Topeka Tropics or a Goats hat. Thanks, Brett.
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, I'd love a Topeka Tropics. That sounds fantastic.
Let's take
Because
a
it's
You
so
know what, Brett?
tropical in Topeka.
Listen, Brett may send us all hats, right? Like he'd send Arena football hats to the three of you. You know what he'd send me? He'd send me a hat with a bird with a middle finger on it, which would be hilarious, by the way.
I'm sorry, but that Topeka Tropics logo is legit.
He didn't get our address the first 27 times we sent it to him.
To be honest with you, I forgot to send them mine. So, Brett, I'll message you my address.
That is a sweet logo.
Dog poo. I'm trying to. They're only on Facebook.
Just send mine to Lexington, South Carolina, care of Donnie Wise. I'll pick it up from him.
Oh, you are going to see him.
Yeah.
So there you go. All right. So the Topeka Tropics. There you go. All right. So, anything else that we've missed so far? I mean, we've been talking about some cool stuff, but
Yeah, you missed a big thing.
Well, yeah, what's that?
You left me hanging about why
Oh no!
why the CFO of Dad Hat Industries.
I have let it fester and let you worry about it.
And it's been killing me. Like, what in the world did I do?
So, my wife, the CEO of Dad Hat Industries,
who I have an immense amount of respect for.
Immense amount of respect. Well, she during the weekend asked me, "Hey, we got to get the room ready for Patrick." And I was like, well, you know what? Let me call Patrick just to verify if he's still coming to North Carolina to watch the game on Saturday, which, you know, you are. We talked about this. And then I said, hey, you know, just so you know, we got a room ready for you. He was like, oh, no, I'm getting a hotel. And word got down to the CEO. She is offended. I just want you to know that. And she is going to be giving you SHIT, mad shit. Just so I'm preparing you.
Okay.
Just so you know. Offended.
Yeah. You know, I've talked to you offline.
But I had to bring it up just because, you know.
Oh, of course. No. And, you know, I guess I just have to take what's coming.
Take it in the chin.
Because he did stay with us when he came here.
You know, just make it worse, Donnie. Go back to cheering for the American Football League. Oh, my God.
What was that AFL joke you threw at me?
Yeah, exactly. I deserve it.
It splattered back on you.
Yeah, I deserve it. 1,000% I deserve it. 1,000%. You know? Oh, man.
That's okay. It's okay.
No, I deserve it. 100%. Bring it this way. Oh, man.
Oh, goodness.
I'm just letting you know you're in trouble.
Well, you're like, if you don't know, now you know.
Now you know. Hey, Brett will be in Wichita in 10 days.
Huh?
Oh, he can bring you a hat.
Good thing I'm going to be out of the country when he's here. So,
where you going?
Wherever away from Brett.
Dang, he's leaving the country.
Diggity dog.
Man.
Boys, did you guys know that on Thursday there's a little event going on? Did you guys know that? Small event, just very small. And
no. I mean,
I don't know if you.
The Browns are probably going to draft like their 45th or 50th.
This is the Cleveland Browns Super Bowl, boys and girls. as
Yeah.
you guys already know. It is the NFL draft. I don't know if you guys knew this, but the NFL draft is happening on Thursday. At least the first round, right? Right now, from everything that's been said and it's online, Cam Ward, number one. Lock him in at number one at Tennessee. Number two and on, it's God knows what. Apparently, the Cleveland Browns and the New York Giants are taking calls for that pick.
I wanted to ask you about that. What do you ultimately think the Browns are going to do? Are they going to trade the pick and trade back and get more, or do you think that they're going to keep it?
Well, I can tell you this. I don't think they're taking a quarterback.
I don't think they are either.
I don't think they're taking a quarterback. I don't think they're enamored with any quarterback in this class.
I don't think you have an Abdul Carter and a Travis Hunter that high up and you don't take them.
Yeah.
Because those are like potentially, at least in Travis Hunter's case, like generational players.
I think if they do stay,
they're
at
elite
two,
prospects. I mean, Abdul Carter, Abdul Carter doesn't get enough talk. I mean, that guy is an absolute stud. At least, coming out of college. I mean, no one's a guarantee in the NFL, right? But for potential, Abdul Carter is about as good a grade in this class as you're going to get. He just doesn't get all the talk because he's not a quarterback.
So that's what I was just thinking about. I think Travis Hunter is going to go if Cleveland stays at number two, right? If they don't trade back and get more picks, just in the first and second round, then I think they stay and they pick Travis Hunter, which I'm okay with.
Yeah,
I'm totally okay with this pick, right? Because in the past they've taken some questionable picks that had not panned out for them. Baker Mayfield, Johnny Manziel, Whedon, on and on and on and on and on we go, right?
Do you think the Giants trade up to try to get Travis Hunter? Do they trade with Cleveland? Because from what I've been reading, and tell me if you guys have heard differently, but the Giants love Travis Hunter.
They do.
And
so here's the crazy part, and this is one of the scenarios that I heard, and I don't know if you've heard this one, but the Cleveland Browns might have a chance to draft not only Travis Hunter, but could potentially come back in the first round to pick up Shedeur Sanders.
What they're going to do? Trade with the Saints?
Possibly. I don't think we should. Listen, everybody says that Shedeur Sanders is a can't miss quarterback, and I don't think so. You know what I mean?
I wouldn't say he's not. I think he has a chance to be a solid NFL quarterback. I wouldn't say he's a can't miss.
Yeah, I don't think he's a. I don't think he's.
I was about to say, who says he's a can't miss?
Well,
you got a lot of people there.
I think what Shedeur does have that some others don't is that whether it's his dad or not, having been playing in a pro style type culture and environment under his dad. Now it's his dad, but he does understand a pro style like preparation and offense.
Yeah.
I mean, he understands all that,
but
he holds on to the ball too long. And
take too many unwarranted hits.
He better hope that he's behind a decent offensive line, because yes, he made plays behind a crap offensive line at Colorado. I understand that, but he's going to get absolutely crushed in the NFL if he doesn't get rid of that. He's going to get walloped if he doesn't get rid of that football.
I agree.
Because he got hit plenty of times, and in the NFL, you only get so many hits.
Brett, I'm with you.
I'm with you too. I think he's going to be a bust.
I'm not saying he's going to be a bust, but I don't think he's going to be the stud that everyone else thinks.
He needs to go to a situation where he is going to shine. What other team needs a quarterback besides Cleveland? The New Orleans Saints, the Pittsburgh Steelers,
the Giants.
Well, the Giants need a lot more.
Yeah, Now, I mean, the Giants need one for the future. I mean, they could get by with Russell Wilson and Jameis this year. I mean, Jameis is generational. We all know that. But,
See, I think Shedeur is not the kind of guy that's going to sit behind somebody. They're not going to want to sit behind somebody. I think he's going to cause problems if he has to, because I just don't think he's got it in him. He thinks he's better than he is. Plus, he's got his dad pushing, and I just can't see him going to a team and accepting, like you're saying, behind a Russell Wilson and Jameis Winston. Yeah. He's not going to sit there.
And Lynn makes a good point. He's a pocket passer at an era when mobility and speed are where it's at. He does not have the speed of his dad. That is one thing he does not have.
No, you don't.
And Lynn, that's an excellent point because, I mean, we used to, he's kind of a throw, for lack of a better term, he's a throwback quarterback, right? I mean, he stays in the pocket, but as a pocket passer, again, I repeat, he holds on to the ball too long. And you can get away with that in the Big 12. You can't get away with that in the NFL. Did the Blue Jays just hit a grand slam or something, Donnie, and you're cheering for me? Thank you. We're not,
Sorry,
because I know we're losing to the Astros again. So
no, Panthers have just put two more goals up on the Lightning in the first 5 minutes of the second period.
I'm sorry, wishful thinking. I was hoping the Blue Jays might actually win a game for once, but you know.
Sorry about that. I had to leave right away. My wife saved my life. And if you guys don't know, Ed has a fear.
Uh-oh.
He has a fear of frogs.
Ooh.
And granted, it was this small. Didn't even know that there was a frog right there under my front part of the my office. And Darla's in the window, like going like this. You know, so yeah.
Darla
she saved my life. She saved my life. She's still mad at you.
Darla is
Darla
is wonderful.
Shit. She just literally said, "Yep, giving you shit."
Yeah, Darla is wonderful, by the way.
He'll wear hats with frogs on it, but you don't want one around him.
So wait a minute. So does that mean I need
he's
to
got
be
tattoo, yeah.
The little ones don't bother me as much as the toads that just.
Do I need to bring my Fredericksburg Frogs hat with me?
No, I'm good with that. So it's funny because like ever since I was a kid, the big ones just I don't know what it is. It's my fear. I can't shake it. It's been since I've been a kid. We know what to send Ed in the frog theme everything. There you go. So
yeah. Well, now that we know this, for some people, it would be it would be ribs, but for Ed, it's ribbits.
Yep. Ribbit. Yeah. So there you go. A little, a little.
Well, he certainly wasn't a Frogger guy when it came to video games either, I guess.
No, I never got into Frogger. Never got into Frogger. I don't know why. But yeah, the big ones, the little ones, yeah, I can, tolerate them. But other than that.
So Ed, do you garden at all?
I do.
Do you ever catch the toads in your garden?
So, no, actually, but here's the thing, though. By the way, Eric had to drop off. He's on his way home now, so he has to drive. So he'll be back soon. Yes, their Copa Las Ranas, great Copa brand, by the way. It's such a beautiful Copa brand.
It is.
Stay tuned. Speaking of Copa, we got something in the works for Copa related, guys.
Mm-hmm.
I'm telling you, you guys are gonna love this one. It's gonna be awesome. But getting back to your question, Patrick, my house faces the backyard faces a retention pond.
I know.
So for those of you that've been here, right, doing the
I've been staying, but I've been to the casa.
Right. So during this time at night, all you hear are nothing but toads and frogs every single night. So we get invaded every night.
And crickets.
Yeah, and cobra chickens.
Cobra chickens.
So there it is. So
love that identity.
I love it. So
I was telling someone at work about that on Friday. All my coworkers thought I was such a big old nerd because I was sitting there. I was like, because you know how they call raccoons trash pandas and everything else. And I said, guess what they call a goose? A cobra chicken. Yeah,
it's a beautiful brand.
It's a beautiful thing.
It's funny because it started as a April Fool's joke.
Yep.
But the demand was so high that they're like, all right, let's make it into an alternate identity. Which
they must have seen the video of a certain dad hat going brawl.
I needed it.
Well, that's when you know, as a marketing and a merchandising person, you've hit a home run because you put something out as a joke, and everybody wants to give you money for it.
And then they're like, it's funny because I don't
have a London Majors hat, and I still don't. But I managed to get a Cobra Chickens hoodie and a hat. Which, by the way, that's your fault, Donnie. Thanks for that.
we blame
You're
Donnie
welcome.
on everything on that now, but you know what I mean? Because if you think about it, it's like, I'm not gonna lie, I love this brand, but like the London majors don't do nothing for me.
Not for me.
You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
And when they put that, I was like, this should be their full blown identity going forward. I mean, look at
Yes,
this.
sir.
The Forest Cities Cobra Chickens. Look at, and I understand that somebody may have gotten this hoodie right here.
Yeah. By the way, Donnie, that one's not your fault. That one is 100% Ed Rivera's fault. Someone did an Instagram video, an Instagram reel, and promoted this thing. And guess what happened? In conjunction with that, someone spent way too much money on the London major site because someone decided to promote this brand.
But look at that hat.
Who was that, Ed? Was it? Do you know by any chance?
No clue what you're talking about.
I have no idea. Okay, we'll go with that.
Look at that hat.
Looks beautiful.
Look at that.
Yeah, and you can tell it's got a pink underbrim as well from the
Yeah.
edge there.
Yep.
That's beautiful, man.
Yeah.
You order ahead, didn't you?
Oh yeah. I ordered the blue and pink one.
Whoa! Hold on a second.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Is that who I think it is?
You are muted, my friend. You are muted.
Or something.
Nope. Still can't hear you.
Nope.
Yeah, same here, Lynn. I like the blue and pink one.
That's what I like, nice. Lynn. Lynn knows.
I mean, look at that. That's a different patch right there. Look at that.
Let's see. There we go.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah, that's the one that I got. Yeah, that thing looks sharp.
I like that one. I might have to break down on that one.
Yeah, by the way, blame Ed because, don't go, and by the way, don't watch his video or I promise you'll buy it.
I've been pushing the merchandise this year. I've been using the green screen, and you can blame.
I'm aware you spent a lot of my money. I'm aware. I mean, you're catching up with Donnie.
Yeah, sorry, buddy. Oh, hello, Mr. Producer.
How about now?
Oh, there you are.
There we go.
Fantastic. Man, the only thing I can say about this game is I got a bobblehead.
That good, huh?
That good, huh?
Man, that's.
But kudos to you and your shirt choice here, by the way.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
I like it.
And nice hat too,
and
buddy.
the hat as well.
Oh yeah, the hat. I saw that on your post earlier by your book. I was like, ooh, nice.
Yeah, this one's growing.
Away.
When I first saw this initially, I was kind of like, yeah, I'm not sure, but it's gotten some positive reactions.
I like it a lot. I like it.
Since Virgil got on, I'd like to introduce a very brief, short, maybe probably will be a short-lived segment. It's called Patrick's Joke of the Night.
Oh boy.
Yes, I shared this with Mr. Producer earlier today because I thought of him when this joke was at work this year. My boss sends out like a joke every morning. It's, like last year we did all the national days and all of these things. And this year it's a joke. Well, what does a great accountant do? Because we know that our friend Virgil is involved in, accounting and whatnot. So what does a great accountant do?
Spread the sheets. I don't know.
I'm gonna do that.
That was an answer. Excels.
Keep your day job.
You know what, Ed? I think Patrick's onto something though. We need to limit him to a single joke segment. He brought it up. He boxed himself in.
Nope, no one's holding me down.
He gets a segment, and he gets the one joke of the night.
Donnie, you're the man, and the man's not going to hold me down, okay? But the other part I had is that an accountant excels, but I said I also heard that he or she excels particularly in an office environment.
Okay.
And then it turned into a back and forth of Microsoft Office puns.
Yes, it sure did. Yes, it did. Made my day. So thank you for putting up with me today, Mr. Producer. That certainly made my day.
Unless he's an Apple guy, and then he's just a numbers man.
I was in a good mood, so you're lucky.
There you go, guys. Did you guys see my latest acquisition?
Someone's been on Hillsboro's site?
Someone's been on the MILB site.
Yeah, well, I just have to say, yeah, that looks marvelous.
It was on sale, boys and girls. It was on sale.
Oh, I know. I saw it. And by the way, what's up with Donnie sending you those National Baseball Day hats today from Toledo?
I know, right? How dare
he? Golly.
I had to
gotta
hold
do what you gotta do.
I almost wanted to get one, but I was like, I'm gonna hold.
Yeah. I mean, he sent it to me and I got upset, so I just had to send it to you, Ed, because
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. Why not, right?
Man.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because my Lord, it was I almost got one of them, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah. Well, Donnie really is to blame for my Hat Heaven purchase this weekend. I mean, he put me back onto Hat Heaven with all his purchases, and they had an Easter sale this weekend too, and I'm like, thanks a lot, Donnie.
What a silly joke. Look up Nestor Sign Company in Cedar Rapids. They post a joke daily on electric billboard on I-30 380 on South Edge on Cedar Rapids. There you go.
And I tried to buy ad space and they wouldn't let me. They said I had to come up with a good joke.
But that's the thing about dad jokes. They cannot be good. They have to be like funny, jokes.
Well, I mean, everything I say is funny. So so that shouldn't be a problem. Debatable. Yeah,
You're pushing it, but okay. Yeah. You think so?
I mean, I try.
So there you go. So getting back to the NFL draft, boys and girls, because obviously, like I said, it's coming very soon here on Thursday. I want to ask you guys: are you guys going to be live with me on Thursday?
Yes.
Okay. So that means no for Patrick.
Well, I've got to work. I've got to not sound like Brett, but I've got a work meeting. That's out of town. So I probably won't be back in time, but I will join live late. I know.
This is the sound of disappointment.
Yes, Lynn, that's what I'm talking about. What did the Easter Bunny say about the parade? It was excellent.
All right.
There we go.
So here we go. Now
Lynn knows.
We're headed down that one.
Yeah.
So in your opinion, what should obviously you guys think that the Cleveland Browns should probably most likely pick Travis Hunter?
I think Travis Hunter at this point. I mean, I think the Cleveland Browns, actually, as much crap as I give you, I really do think you guys have a lot of talent. I'm
just glad that Flacco's back.
Well, I think he could, if he's going to regain his magic anywhere, because he certainly didn't have it in Indy last year.
Well,
in
Indy, but the problem with Indy was it was very inconsistent. It was like back and forth, and you couldn't build any consistency when it came to that, right? Like, I mean, if you're going to leave him there.
I agree with that. Yeah, I mean, and he, but I think if he's going to regain his confidence and magic, I think it's going to be in Cleveland.
In Cleveland, I agree.
And to me, you go with him as the starter. I mean, I do not want to see Kenny Pickett being my starting quarterback.
Hell no.
But it's a very Cleveland Browns decision to do something like that. Yes. I mean, now I hope I'm wrong for your sake. But I do think that they should take Travis Hunter, because I think he's about as much of a guy that I think is going to have. I'm not saying he's going to be the best. I'm not saying future Hall of Famer like a lot of people yet. I mean, let's see what he does. But
right, but
he's got all the tools. He's got all the tools that you want to see, and he's not raw. Like like we also said, Anthony Richardson has tools, but the difference is this guy's NFL ready. Anthony Richardson was not.
Right, I agree. And then also the fact that like Andrew Berry compared him to Ohtani tells me that he really does want Travis Hunter. And unless he is like wowed by a good trade, I think he stays at number 2 and doesn't do
You need to
anything.
be the Browns and Giants need to be blown away by a trade. Now, who do I think is more likely to trade? I think the Giants, because the Giants to me have a heck of a lot more needs. Like you said earlier, Ed, they have needs everywhere. That is a poor football team.
I agree, 100%.
And I'm saying that as a fan of a team that who roots for a team that sucks. But the Giants are a bad football team.
Yeah, and they're not a good team.
And
I think both the GM and the head coach are on the hot seat starting the season.
Well, I actually like their coach. I like Brian Daboll. I just think that they're hampered by their GM. I really do. And by an owner that allows that GM to still make decisions.
It's so bad with that organization that no team wants to be on Hard Knocks anymore.
No.
Right.
That's how bad it was.
When you live on the internet for eternity now with that single move.
Not only that, but your son making better moves than you did in drafting.
Yeah. Well, another big move, and Donnie, you're an expert on this, so I'll ask you this: for your favorite team, the South, the Florida Fighting Donnies, are you guys taking Janty at 5? And how do you feel about that? Are you conflicted with that because of your guy Travis Etienne still being in Jacksonville?
Well, I mean, Etienne never has been given like the full reins of the running back position.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's just a default thing for them as a coaching staff that they're going to have 2 different running backs. I wouldn't be surprised if they took Janty. He's a better overall running back.
Mm-hmm.
Etienne, I mean, he started out his career of an injury and does not of his own, but trying to come back from that and just being the whole disruptive nature of that organization, he never just was given the reins as the running back. He's a great pass catcher out of the backfield. He's a really good runner, but he's an edge runner. He's not really an up the middle guy.
Right.
So,
because
wasn't there, Brett Brown needs to pull like Kevin Costner.
Yeah, wasn't it Tank Bigby or whatever it was that he was sharing carries with, or Tank something?
They've had several different guys actually. So yeah, I think he might have been one of the more recent ones. But I mean,
and I didn't know him. I just knew him from fantasy football because I had to pick up someone because my running backs were awful. But
and we will be doing a fantasy football league again, just so you guys.
Oh yeah,
bro,
it's coming,
bro. I can't wait.
I wouldn't be surprised if the Jaguars go running back, though.
I can't wait to defend that trophy I never got.
Sorry, what?
Yeah, what? What?
By the way, I do not like their draft caps. Speaking
they're
of
awful.
Brett's supposed to be sending out the rings, by the way.
Yeah, they're awful.
Jesus, these draft caps are.
Man, sorry guys, I owe you an apology. My burner account was having a few issues. We got them all sorted out, but don't worry, we got on just in time.
All right, good.
Yeah.
Good.
What's up, Joe?
How you doing, Joe? Yeah. Glad you joined, my man.
These draft caps, my God, are they atrocious?
They get worse every year. I missed the one. Listen, I used to think the ones in like 2014 to like 2018 were bad, but I'm starting to miss some of those.
Yeah.
Why do they try to put so much stuff on the hats? Like, come on, man, make it simple.
Because they can.
Because it's new era. It's as simple as that. It's because it's new era.
Well, they look lazy. It's like, listen, it looks like they used the Donnie. This is a good point. I'm taking this from you. It's kind of like they saw the hat as a canvas, and it was just throw anything that sticks. Yeah, just throw on anything, and then it's like, well, we found one we kind of like, and now let's just do it in different colors and throw the team names on there, so that way we don't have to be creative again.
Yeah, I'm looking at this. I'm like, oh God, I don't want.
Yeah, well, I'm pretty easy to please when it comes to like convincing me to buy a hat. That's not one that's even crossed my mind to be like, oh, I need a Colts draft hat. No, I'm good.
I mean,
I'm good, bro.
Show you something that is. I can't believe I'm showing you guys this, but I have to show it to you guys.
When are the Browns going to get a 40 hat?
That annoys me.
I mean, I don't know about you guys. I can't stand stuff on top of the bill at all. I don't care what it is. This whole little
this
I'm
garbage
not-
right here.
That doesn't bother me.
oh,
no,
I
this
hate
bothers
stuff like
me.
that. That bothers me more than anything about that hat.
I agree.
You know what it reminds me of though? The Lakeland Flying Tigers.
Yeah, but that's different though, because the Lakeland Flying Tigers, that matchup, because it was a
Right.
you know,
Or the Seattle Pilots. Or the
Right.
Seattle Pilots.
that makes sense. This right here makes absolutely no sense whatsoever.
They're telling you the
Yeah.
Browns are so fly. That's what they're doing.
Well, every single team has this.
Every team is the same. That's the
Well,
thing. It's
It's
like
like everyone gets a participation trophy. We're all fly. No.
now the pin is kind of interesting because everybody has a different pin.
It
Although Tennessee has a guitar as well. I think it's funny that New Orleans has an umbrella.
New Era's been doing like little Easter eggs in their hats, right? It was
Yeah.
certain styles, like remember the clubhouse hats with the little rubberized thing on the bottom of the
Right.
bill. To me, the pins have kind of been doing that. Like I know Ed got a pin for one of his vintage hats.
Correct.
I
The clear one.
mean, a week later, but still, you got it.
Right.
But yeah, I actually thought the Browns one was one of the better ones, if I'm completely honest with you. Like the Colts one is awful.
Is that an anvil?
I don't even know.
It is
It's what?
an anvil.
Oh, it's Anthony
Yeah.
Richardson.
The Raiders is the same way. I don't understand. One, I
What is
don't
the-
understand
what
what
is
the pin is.
What is the
And-
anvil for the Colts? I should probably know the significance, but I don't.
What the hell?
And the other thing about the Raiders, everybody
the
has like
stadium?
the Titans say Tennessee, the Jets say New York. They all say where they're at, but the Raiders doesn't say Las Vegas.
It says there's only one nation.
Right? Like, come
That's
on.
very smart of them, to be honest with you,
It is.
because they still want to hold on to that Oakland feel. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I guess they don't want to alienate the Oakland. They want Oakland people and the Vegas people to buy it. But
I mean, the bridge for the Steelers. It looks shit.
I don't even like the little panther for the Panthers, which is kind of like,
Neither do I. Where is it? There it is.
Oh, that's why the Colts did that. Okay. I was not thinking about that.
They're keeping current for when Raiders move again, says Brett.
That's right.
The Panther doesn't bother me. The pin doesn't bother me.
Wait, is that a David Tepper pin? Oh, wait, no, that's just a Panthers pin. I'm sorry.
But this thing right here. I don't
That's
know
one of the
what-
better looking hats, though. I'll be honest with you. That's one of the better looking ones. Of course, I don't think you can ever go wrong with that Panthers blue anyway.
The teal blue, the Carolina blue.
You can't possibly mess that up.
Let's see what the Green Bay Packers have.
the
All right,
bicycle.
Eric, you got to explain this to me.
So for training camp in Wisconsin, they always ride bikes
Got
to
it.
practice. Something they've done for years. I don't remember the college that they are on campus, but basically they go from like the facility to the practice field. And so they've always ridden bikes. And then what they'll do is they'll get little kids and get them on the bikes, or they'll let the kids ride the bikes and they'll go alongside with them. So it's just a long-standing training camp thing they do.
Eric, is it UW Green Bay? I'm asking. I don't know.
I want to say lacrosse. I don't remember.
Here's the one thing that bothers me about this hat. And let me
I
know
don't like the
This?
feather. Yeah, I don't like all that.
But here's
nonsense.
the thing too that also bothers me. They put it in green and then they're stitching right on top of it with yellow. Like, these are the kind of details that I'm paying attention to. Like, what are we doing? What are we doing?
Yeah.
That's what bugs me. The pins, I don't mind the pins. Okay, I got it. Different, parts of the city or
Yeah.
something that represents the team, which is cool. I like that. Other than that,
So-
this feather thing, olive branch, if you want to call it, I think it's absolute garbage.
Yeah. So, Donnie, you know a guy everywhere, right? And
He
Where'd he
doesn't know a
go?
guy. He doesn't know a guy.
He literally just dropped off completely.
I was like, Ed, did you swipe him out of here or what?
That was not me. That was not me.
Oh, Darla walked in there, didn't she? She reached across the desk and
Yep.
she's like, he's out of here.
Phil, I'm with you there. Is there a Panthers Navy? No, yeah, I don't know. Are you back?
yeah, I have no idea what happened.
It was
Um,
Darla.
You what?
It was Darla.
I'm paying for it already.
You already are.
No. I was gonna say that I don't know where I dropped off, but Donnie, you know
Start
a
at
guy,
the beginning.
right? Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, you know a guy, right? Everywhere.
sure.
Mr. Prophet, you're an influencer, right?
Debatable.
Yeah. Well, so what I want to know is what I'm proposing is between the two of you, since you've wield so much influence and you have such a network of people that you know, can we please get Ed a Cleveland Browns draft hat with number 1, a Savannah Bananas pin, and number 2, a Skyline Chili pin. And then let's top it.
That was me. This time that was me.
And so he doesn't interrupt. Maybe an Art Modell pin to top it all off. What do we think?
Don't do that. Don't do that. I do not need that.
Well, I did find out from side note. I did find out today from Jason that there's a kid playing for the Bananas this year from Kent State.
Ooh.
Wait, say that again?
Oh wow.
There's a player that played for Kent State that's with the Bananas now.
Oh yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ed's getting his jersey.
Is he a Kent Reed, Kent Wright, Kent State?
Is KJ? I'd have to look him up because I can't remember what he said his name was. He goes by He goes by KJ. But he played baseball at Kent State. I was like, oh, Ed might have to be like, oh, maybe.
Nope.
Skyline Chili Nachos. Yes, please.
Let me ask you this because I saw this on Threads today, and then we'll get going here, guys, in a minute. But let me ask you this because there has been some debate over what is his name for college football now? He calls NFL on Thursdays.
Herb Street.
Kirk Herbstreit. His son goes to University of Michigan, right? And he is a Ohio State alum. However, as you guys already know, it's a big rivalry. But his son goes to University of Michigan, so he was photographed with him wearing a University of Michigan jacket. Now, a lot of people are having a lot of issues with this, and you know what I said? I don't give two shits.
No, that's their problem. I mean, the kid goes there. He had 2 kids at Clemson. He wore Clemson gear. And I know Ohio State versus Clemson is not the same thing, but it's the same thing. You wear the gear where your kids go. You don't give a shit where you played at.
Yeah.
Also, first of all, even if, for me personally, like let's say my daughter decides to go to, if I was Ohio State and she wanted to go to Michigan, I will root for Michigan till the day I die. Because that's where my daughter goes and that's where she's playing. I do not care. First of all, I paid to go to school, to go to that school. They didn't pay me to go to their school. So I have no loyalty whatsoever. If my daughter wants to go to Michigan or my kid wants to go to Michigan, you know what I mean? Like people need to get their heads checked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lynn, I did see that.
That is hilarious.
Yeah, but it's basically it's like UCLA and Tennessee engineered a trade.
Without even engineering it.
Right. Correct.
All right, boys and girls, we got here. I'm gonna get going here, but I want to go over the what you guys got going on this week. I want to start with you, Mr. Producer. If you're here.
Oh, by the way,
it's
real quick, it's KJ Jackson that played at Kent State.
KJ Jackson. Okay.
Yeah.
Mr. Producer, are you here?
Can you guys hear me?
Yes, we
Yeah.
can.
Yes.
Okay, so first off, before we go on to that, I want to talk about something real quick that you were
Sure.
talking about, Ed. You were talking about if your daughter went to Michigan, that you would support Michigan.
Yeah.
What if your daughter played for the Savannah Bananas?
At that point, then also I'll have to support. But right now she doesn't play for them, so I hate the Savannah Bananas.
Man, that was a poignant question. Thank you for that, Mr. Producer.
Again, it
At
doesn't.
least you're consistent.
I have to be consistent, right? If I'm going to say that I'm going to root for Michigan, then yes, I will root for the Savannah Bananas. Right now, Dee doesn't play for them. So thank God she's sick. Thank you, baby Jesus. Suck it, Savannah Bananas. I think you fell. Did you?
No,
fall?
I'm still here.
Okay.
So what I've got going on this week, I'm working on our tournaments that we've got. I've got a field for Copa, but on the last second, I decided to make a change to it. So I'm going to do that. And then I'm going to work on the food and the alternate identities. And hopefully we're going to roll these out, hopefully in about like maybe a week or two.
I cannot wait. This is going to be great. Thank you, Mr. Producer. Mr. Influencer, what you got going on?
So tomorrow on the Earn Fun Average podcast, Johnny and I head to Kalispell, Montana. We talked to Scott Gladstone, who is the voice of the Glacier Range Riders of the Pioneer League. So we're talking a little MLB Partner League tomorrow, Glacier Range Riders. Check it out.
I like it. All right, Mr. Mayor.
I've got Friday and Saturday. We've talked about it a little bit. Friday night, I've got Cosmic Baseball in Durham. And then we're heading down and spending the night near Charlotte, and then getting up Saturday and heading to Clemson for the Savannah Bananas party animals at Memorial Stadium at Clemson.
Sorry. Good for you. Good for you. I don't know what happened. Mr. Prospector, what you got going on?
So this week on the MILB Had History series, we're going to the Front Range League. And we're going to be talking about the Western Nebraska Pioneers.
Let's go.
Yeah, which has been featured on many other on a certain way above average podcast.
There we go again.
And on I believe on the Dad Hat Chronicles, if I'm not mistaken.
Correct.
And was it on Baseball by Design? I can't remember. Did he have? Well, he may have.
We don't care about him.
He's not here. Okay.
Well, anyways,
about him.
So anyways, Chuck Heeman, who's a friend of Carbra Media, he and his wife. Talk a little bit about them tomorrow and their history as an organization.
Good for
And if you want to hear about that and see what hats I do have, check out the episode tomorrow. And then at the end of the week, if you didn't hear earlier in the episode, where I'm going to be getting crap from the CEO of the Dad Hat the Dad Hat Chronicles, I will be in Durham this weekend seeing that gentleman. Okay, I'm going to get this wrong. Over here?
Yep,
Yes.
You got it.
Yeah. Mr. Rivera himself. Megan and I are going to be going to Durham to see Cosmic Baseball ourselves. So we're going to.
You're bringing your girl. I've never met your girlfriend, and you're bringing.
I know. Every time
what is
like,
this?
she is real.
She's real.
Wait. No. Wait.
If she is.
She is not real as of right now.
Right.
Okay.
And confirm that.
I will be confirming. Because this is not has yet to be determined, right? Because I don't know this. He's saying that he's bringing his girl.
Yeah.
I don't know who he's bringing.
Yeah.
So let's just see how this goes, okay?
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
I can confirm that she's real.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
What? How do you know?
Virgil's met her.
Because
What is-
they both came to Rocket City.
Donnie, what is this?
We sure
I don't
did.
know, because he was supposed to bring her to Columbia and she didn't show. And then when we went to Gwinnett the next day, she didn't show. I'm like, okay.
Okay, this is not real.
I thought he was turning into Manti Larson.
Got him.
Burn.
See, even Rhonda wants to meet her. What?
Yeah, exactly.
How does she put up with those dad jokes?
She doesn't.
I'm guessing she'd probably tell you she doesn't.
Yeah, true story.
Oh, you want to answer
Oh.
that question there?
I
That
am
comment?
I am definitely not ashamed, but keep the hard times coming. We're gonna because I'm gonna let the good times roll.
Patrick
And
is burning bridges with the CEOs here.
The CEOs of each of our industries here, man. I'm telling
listen, I'm about to get canceled.
Yeah, you
So
are.
if I'm not canceled already,
Just so you know, Darla goes like, "I'm gonna give him so much shit. Wait till I
Yeah.
see him."
well, Virgil can probably tell you she's not going to put up with anything from me. So
I just can't believe I've actually met her and you guys haven't. Like, I
We
feel like
have
I've got
not.
some like information here.
you
You
do.
do.
You've got the files.
So there you
Um,
go.
So anyway, so we're going to see Cosmic Baseball this weekend, and like I said, on the MILB Hat History Series, we've got the Western Nebraska Pioneers. So be sure to
Awesome.
check that out. Dropping tomorrow.
On the Dad Hat Chronicles podcast, I released it today on purpose. It's been released today on purpose.
To take over Baseball by Design, take his
Ye-
spot.
Well, he don't care.
Exactly.
The reason for that is because I'm just looking at which days are better for downloads. So that would give you guys a little look at the what I go through. You know what I mean? Seeing out which days are better for releasing
Listen.
episodes and things like that. So
Listen, I can't already get views because of a way above average podcast. Like, I mean, we
Well, I
get
gotta
to
go against my
whatever other
boy.
views I have.
So that one is the Sandlot. It was part one of the Sandlot Goods. The CEO of Sandlot Goods. That's a good episode. So I appreciate him for coming on. You guys should definitely take a listen on that one. It's also on video on my YouTube channel, which you guys are watching this wonderful show. And then also Saturday, I actually am going to the Cosmic Ball. But before that, something cool that I'm going to be attending at the historic Durham Athletic Park, not the new one, but the historic one. They have the Sandlot Collective is they throwing their third annual Sandlot Revival. So a bunch of Sandlot teams are going to have food trucks. It's a free event. So MLB Raleigh's going to be there. So we're going to be there. So keep an eye out for some content that I'm going to be putting for that. So I'm very excited to be going to. So it's actually on the 27th through the 29th. So I'm going to try to figure out which days will be better for me to go and see that. So, but yeah, that's what's going on this weekend.
And Donnie, I didn't know. Obviously, we didn't know this, but I'm sorry to you and Rhonda for the loss of Bonnie.
Yeah.
Yep.
She had a good run.
Well,
she was with us 14 years. She was 16.
Well, I mean, and again, I don't speak for you, but I'm sure that doesn't make it any easier, no matter how long she was with you.
True.
Doesn't make it.
Thank you.
Yeah. So, to you and Rhonda, I'm sorry for your loss, and for a second, if you guys don't mind, as many of you know, I'm Catholic, and so losing Pope Francis has been, sad for me personally. Someone I admired, so and for anyone that's lost anyone in recent times, for in any capacity, just keep your head up, and
Absolutely.
Yeah. Anyways,
there you go. Well, guys, thank you for joining us. We'll be back on Thursday. It is the NFL draft episode. We will be talking nothing but draft on that episode, Joe. So you guys, warning you guys, thank you for all of you that showed up, and thank you for all of you that are on the chat. This show is brought to you guys also, by the way, by All For Baseball Company. Use code DADHAT at checkout. You will get 15% off your full purchase. Okay, Brett? And then also part of their of what Logan is doing is he is putting a sticker subscription where you can usually pay $4, but if you use code DHC, you would get it for $3 instead of $3 a month. So make sure you guys go and support local baseball, support local business. And then we will see you guys on Thursday. Let's go see how this NFL draft is going to be interesting, boys. Later, guys.